I'm Matt, and this is Procrastination Garage.
It's a hot 4th of July, about 91 degrees. I'm not real motivated to be working outside. Gonna go watch the fireworks display tonight, and I've been working on editing Procrastination Garage today. But one thing that came in the mail the other day was a cabin filter for the Suzuki SX4. I don't think I've ever replaced it. In fact, I know I've never replaced it in all the years I've owned the car. Whether it was replaced before me, it's hard to say. So let's see if we can figure out how to get into this one. I have not looked at YouTube or anything. We're just gonna go for it. We figure it's probably hidden behind the glove box door because that's usually where they are. All right, I've got the glove box opened. Unlike the Toyota, it looks like it just pops out. I think this one I may have to undo some screws. I don't know, let's see. I pulled that screw there and that screw over there. I'm not sure it was necessary. It did let me pry a little bit more to get the box open. As you can see, it just dropped down enough to where I think I get my arm in there to get that cover there off, and the cabin filter should be behind it. And there it is. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty well clogged up. There's the new one. Looks a little better, right? Done deal, all sealed up. Now the reason I wanted to do this today is my daughter and I are doing a road trip to Portland, Oregon tomorrow. I'm taking her to the Amtrak station. Undoubtedly we'll need the air conditioning, and this way maybe it'll flow just a little bit better. It hasn't been awful, but I mean, come on, that's pretty restrictive. How restrictive, you ask? Well, all that stuff on the left there, I just knocked that out, and that's not all of it. Oh, I'd say that's most of it. It's got to flow better, right? So it kind of makes you wonder, does that F-250 have a cabin filter in it? Because I don't think I've ever changed it either, and I've owned that truck since 2001. Just saying. Hey, do a guy a favor. Hit the like button and subscribe, and please tell all your friends. Thanks a lot. It's Friday afternoon, and I had to take the day to take my daughter to Portland, the train. So I'm on my way home now, and I decided to take the scenic route. So right now we're up at the Vista House. You know where that is? I'll tell you. There's the Vista House right there. It's a scenic viewpoint along the Columbia River on the Oregon side, not too far out of Portland. That's the Columbia River looking east towards Idaho, although Idaho's a long ways away from here. Interstate's right down there. We'll get back on that in a little while. But look at the river. Gorgeous. It's a beautiful day, a little hazy. And that's looking west towards Portland and the Pacific Ocean. Too bad it's hazy. Still a gorgeous day. See way over there? Looks like another fire started. It's Wednesday afternoon around 1:30 p.m. and earlier today went over and mowed the rental, so I've been out doing stuff. Anyway, it's about 100 degrees, 104 is what the thermometer in the car was saying on the way home. So yeah, it's nice. At least we are under cover here. Although, if you look at my metal roof, there's no insulation, so it's pretty warm under here, but at least it's shaded. So yesterday I did something that I said I never do and I rarely do. I washed the TERYX. I got it all cleaned up. And the main reason is because it was just so damn dusty from the last ride. And going to take it out tomorrow and just didn't want to start out in it being that dusty. But it's time for another project. I bought these things. I don't know what you call them. It's a track system for tying stuff down. And the goal is to put one across here and then one across up there. Of course, the issue is these things are about 40 inches long and it's not that wide across here. So we're going to have to cut them down. Plus we have to drill a bunch of holes and get some mounting bolts and whatnot. So what I thought for the back one, I've got 3 mounting points already. I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure that's enough, but that's a good place to start. So it's a TORX bit to get them out. Of course, there's some crud down in there. I'll need to clean that out. So once we do that, we'll measure and get ready to cut one of these to get the back one fit. How's that? I've got the hardware removed, and the good news here is that these are some really long little bolts. So I won't need to replace those because this stuff isn't that thick. So that'll be fine. So let me go ahead and get one of these cut. Since we're using the center hole here, we've got to drill holes out here. So I've already got it marked and I center punched it when I was back down at the shop. I brought all my drill bits up. I'll go ahead and drill those out. Probably drill them oversized just a touch because my measurements, they're not precision. I've got my new holes drilled. We'll see if everything lines up and if I can get some bolts in it. I'll show you. The 2 screw holes I drilled, they lined up just fine. So we've got a bolt in there, one in there, and one in there. Will that be enough? It might be, but I've got holes here. I'm going to do just one more here and one more here. And when I go to the hardware store, I may look for just self-tapping, or there's a bar in here, like a 1-inch square bar. May just drill all the way through it and put a nut on the bottom. What I can tell you is I'm not sure what they threaded into. This one here, borderline being stripped. The other 2 are okay. So, you know, I've noticed that with this Kawasaki is that some of the bolts are just real close to being stripped. They use a lot of nut certs, and they're not great. So, anyway, we're done with this one for now. We got to go to the hardware store, but we're going to get the front one in first. So that's our next project. So, you know what I meant to do when this one, before I tightened it down, before I bolted it down, I was going to put it up front and see how well it fit. And I forgot to do that. So we'll just have to measure from scratch to do this one. There's the second one, cut to length. Just perfect. It comes up just shy of the holes that are drain holes in the bed. And so I'm going to go ahead and bolt that down. probably about 5 bolts. And I found I have some 1/4 inch by 20 in various lengths, and I got some locking nuts. So I guess I won't have to go to the hardware store for that. And maybe that's just what I'll go ahead and use on these as well. We'll see. Let me get this one done first. I've got the bolts in on either end, and they're relatively tight. I am going to go ahead and use all the holes across here. I think that's best. As soon as I said that, I changed my mind. I think going every other one is fine. That's plenty of support. You know, I gotta say, you guys sit back and watch, but you're not much help. I'm kind of disappointed in you. You guys didn't tell me to put a flat washer on the back side. And in fact, a fender washer is what I needed. I did figure it out on my own. I'm not sure why I didn't think of it right away, but I didn't. Anyway, of course, nothing comes easy. So I've had to modify them to fit. So this is the first attempt. One of them, the center one, I won't have to modify, but the other 4 needed modification. So went down the grinder, ground them out. This one's got to fit around this little part there, and this one here's got to, where is it? Got to fit around this rib. So let's see how close I was. Fender washers are installed. For the record, I did not have to go back and modify any of them. Some of the tolerances are a little loose. These, this one and the one over there, they're a little on the sloppy side. The other 2 actually came out really nice, but it's good enough. We're going to go ahead and close it up and drill the last 2 holes. So, something, these mounts here and here, I lost the 2 that were at this end because they mounted up there, and they won't work with these brackets. What I'm thinking is that maybe I will go ahead and mount them back at a later date. I'm not going to do it today because I got to looking, and I think ideally I want to put them into that metal bar right there, and I just as soon take the bed off and flip it over and drill them from the bottom than try and drill them in place. And I don't think that's that big of a deal. You got to remove the little shock strut there, and then 2 look like they're just pins at the back. Yeah, I'll probably disconnect some wiring or something, but it doesn't look to be a real big deal. Like I said, not doing that right now. I could go ahead and install one of them right there. Maybe I'll do that. And what would really be cool is when I don't know, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Next up, I think what I've decided here is because I'm not really happy with how these are threaded here, I mentioned this one's kind of almost stripped. I think I will use this one and this one and this one and that one. And so I'll have a little more support, and I'm going to go all the way through the tubular bar and nut them on the bottom. So that's the next step. But first I got to take a quick break and give the dog her treats because she was out here whining a few minutes ago. Time to jump into the next project. Got to make a floor mat for this side. So last time I went out, I had a floor mat on the driver's side and not on the passenger side, and I could see the dust coming up through these holes on the passenger side. So we definitely want to get that fixed for this ride. So I've already started. Got a piece of cardboard, making a template. I've made some markings on it. I'm getting ready to cut it out and then start fitting it. So I'll let you know. There is the finished product. All cut out around most everything. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. We'll find out tomorrow if it works. Nah, I already know it will. Now, we do have one more area where we're getting a lot of dust. And that's right along there. It comes up from the back wheels, and I'm not sure what can be done about it. Let me give it some thought. Just got back from a quick trip into town. Had to fill up some gas cans. Decided to pick up some dinner at Burger Ranch. But picked up something else too. Check that out. A pool noodle. And green to match the UTV. Black would have been better, but wasn't a choice. Anyway, when I put the box down, it crushes it and should keep the dust out. Let me show you. There, how's that look? I was hoping for one just a little bit bigger in diameter, but I think that's mostly going to work. I guess we'll find out tomorrow, right? But I got one more thing I want to do. See that gross little filter right there? That filter is on the for the gas tank. It's a vent filter. Now I put that there because originally it terminated back here close to the seat, and there was always a smell of fuel in the cockpit. So I moved it there, and it seemed like a good idea, but what I didn't really think about was picking up a lot of dirt and mud. So it's looking pretty bad. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. I'm thinking I might relocate it, but at least for now, let's just get it cleaned up. I ordered a new one too because I don't know what shape it's really in. It was 18 bucks on Amazon. So let me get that one off. Okay, there it is removed. Let's see what we can do to clean it up a little bit. There it is cleaned up, sitting in front of the air conditioner stream to dry it out. I've got the filter back installed. Now to put the bed down and get it loaded up. How's that look? Alright, so the big issue was my high lift jack. Last time the way I had it secured, it was fine for slow going, but when things got rougher, at the end of the day, this part here had slid all the way down there, and it wasn't going anywhere, but it wasn't right. And in fact, it scratched my paint all the way down there. No biggie. Anyway, so now I've got it redone. I've got a strap going around the top bar here, and then I've got a strap here holding the axe and the jack together, and then down at the bottom I've got a strap holding it to the side. I think that'll work. I could put another one here, around here. I have some. We'll watch it tomorrow and see what it does. I was going to do that and then kind of forgot. Anyway, you can see the roof is off because that's what I have to do now until I come up with a new solution. It's sitting down in there. So I've lost both bows. I said that in a previous video. You know, it's not a huge deal because when you're going slow, the roof just kind of settles. And when you pick up the speed, the roof lifts up a little bit. It doesn't flutter at all. It's really no big deal. So that's it. Just need to put some gas in it and get it loaded on the trailer. Yep, we're using the green truck tomorrow. So that's it for tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. It's 6:30 a.m. on Thursday morning. Time to go out and have some fun. Yeah, 6:30 is a little early to have fun, but I didn't pick the time. So it's just the dog and I today. There's Doggy. She's coming with because my daughter and wife are in California, so dog needs some entertainment. So let's go. Here we are, dog and I at the ranger station. First ones to arrive, which is kind of funny because I'm not the one that wanted to leave at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's all right. We're here anyway. 7 o'clock. I mean, come on. That's early. I was gonna say,
It's so easy when you think you're winning, but she's got herself another plan.
yeah, I can't get my wheel up on that rock.
Clever like some kind of modern man, but Josie has the upper hand. You may think you're being clever like a modern man, but Josie has the upper hand.
It's around 4:30 p.m. and headed home, just headed down towards Highway 12. We've been back for over an hour. I actually was hanging out at the airstrip because there was a plane parked there. I was hoping it was going to take off, so I hung around for about 40-45 minutes waiting. I don't know what the people were doing, but they weren't at the plane. It was quite a ways away from me. So anyway, now we're headed home. That's it. Had a great day. Temperatures in town were supposed to be up around 98. Up here it was downright comfortable. A little on the dusty side, but hey, that's what happens. But great time, good people. Until next time.
All right, there you go. We've reached the end of another episode of Procrastination Garage. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. So, fun fact, I was using my Insta360 X3 video camera on the UTV ride there towards the end. And I was using a mount that clamped to the top of the roll bar, and somewhere on the ride the clamp got knocked against a tree and fell off. Luckily the camera was not attached, so I stuck out the camera. Anyway, I've since bought a roll bar clamp mount, and that should do a better job, I hope. Haven't had a chance to use it yet, so stay tuned for that. I'm really enjoying that Insta360 camera for the action type stuff. It's a lot, it does a really good job of filming. I just need to learn how to edit a little better. All right, so down in the comments, tell me about the projects you're working on, or tell me about things you're procrastinating about. Remember, the #1 goal of Procrastination Garage is to keep me motivated, to keep me working out in the yard, in the shop, or playing up in the hills, just so I'm not sitting around watching videos all the time. Remember, my name is Matt. This is Procrastination Garage, and a new video should be coming out next week or shortly thereafter, and I hope you'll check it out. Thanks.